Shin Ramyun Showdown. We have all three types of Shin Ramyun that are sold here in Korea, at least the types with the broth. There is another version, but I think I did a video on it. Anyway, we have the OG right here. This has been out since 1986. You can find this all over the world. Every country I go to, I see this. So it's very popular. Next up, we have Shin Ramyun Black. This came out in 2011, and this is supposed to be a little bit more deep, as in depth of flavor. I think there might be a little bit of beef bouillon in there or some kind of beef essence. So it's supposed to be maybe more of an umami flavor. I'm not really sure exactly. I don't think I've ever had this. Last but not least, we have Shin Ramyun The Red, which came out last year, 2023. And this one is supposed to be very spicy. Apparently, twice the spice compared to the OG. So if you can't handle this, don't even think about trying the red, all right? But we're gonna be, comparing and contrasting them all. And I'm gonna, maybe I'll rank them from 3, 2, 1 because everyone likes that. Maybe not, we'll see. I picked these up earlier today from the local convenience store, and they're about like $1.50 each. So not too bad of a price, but let's just get into it. Let me show you the contents. So you might have seen this before. This is the OG, and it's just a classic. And you know me, I like to prepare these a little bit untraditionally. So I'm just gonna rip off the whole top. And we just have one packet here. One packet of powder, but underneath the ramen brick, which is very bulbous, we have some other little flakes down there. Next up, Shin Ramyun Black. This one's a little bit different right off the bat. We have two different packets. I believe, I don't know. I'm guessing one of them is similar to the OG packet, and then one of them has some of that beef flavor. A little bit of a different brick, but pretty similar. And we also have some flakes. Looks like some dried mushrooms. Last but not least, we have Shin Ramyun The Red. And this also comes with two packets. I'm guessing, again, one is the OG kind of flavoring packet, and one is to make it extra spicy. And then similar brick. These bricks are larger than I remember, but we also have some stuff at the bottom there. So let's start off with the OG. That's what that is looking like. Let's switch over to the black. So this does look like the OG powder. And then, yeah, more sodium. Very different looking powder on that second packet there. And the red. This is definitely looking more red right off the bat. So this was the red, and this is the OG. Huge difference. But we also have this packet right here. Oh, okay. Well, that was deceiving. Original. Black. The red. All right, let's start mixing. For maximum infusion. Might be a little bit of cross-contamination going on, but not too much to affect our test, I don't think. I am gonna need a palate cleanser. But right off the bat, it is interesting, the different looks of these Shin Ramyuns. And they all look different, color-wise, for sure. Like I said, I've had this before. I have never had this, and this one, I have only tasted the broth. I think I've had one spoonful of this broth, so not a real test. And this will be very interesting, and I'll show you. It actually does have a nice little gradation of color. Hopefully I can pick that up on camera. Not really sure how well you can tell the difference there, but on the left, that is the black, the middle is the red, and on the right is the red. And it does get progressively redder in color, at least to my eye. I gotta get a thumbnail, so bear with me. This might be a little bit cringe, but it is what it is. I have an idea. That was gross. Sorry. All right, sorry. So let's start with the original. Y'all know what it is. It's original for a reason. It's a very classic ramen right here. Very good. If you like ramen. That was quite tasty. A little bit spicy, but I don't really consider this spicy personally. If you do, what's wrong with you? I'm just kidding. I do need a palate cleanser though. And let's hop right into the black version. Released in 2011. Wow. Ooh. Wow. Damn. Way different. Really good. Really good. Yes. That has a more of a depth to it. I like Japanese ramen. I don't eat it all the time, but I've had it. Whenever I have it, I like the depth to it. And this has, I'm not saying this is like Japanese ramen, but it does have more of that depth of flavor. Dare I say umami. There are mushrooms in here adding to that. The beef, it's supposed to have some beef essence, beef flavor. Not really sure I can taste that necessarily. It just tastes really good. It's less spicy, I feel like. It's gonna be really hard to tell spice levels because I'm even with the palate cleanser, just kind of still lingering, so I don't really know. But it definitely does seem less spicy than this. And if this is too spicy for you, and you do like a little bit more depth, check this out. Last but not least, you know I love spicy food, so going in with the red. This is all looking probably the same to you from here, but sorry. All right, that was a very interesting phenomenon that just happened there. This was hotter temperature-wise, or at least that's how my brain sensed it. It might just be the spice factor that is sending some mixed signals that's telling me it is actually hotter temperature-wise. I'm not sure if it is. I don't have a thermometer. Should have got one. But I'm guessing it is just because of the spice factor. The spice is playing tricks on me, and this is definitely spicier than this for sure. And I'm gonna have to delve more into a back-to-back comparison with these two. It does kind of taste like a spicier version of this though, without much other complexities. But I'm gonna try them all again. So original. Yeah, this almost tastes not even spicy at all. I would say, on average, this would register at about a 1 or a 2 on my spice scale, depending on the day, and that's out of 10. This one right here. It's like a point, it's under 1, maybe a 0.7, but just so good. Every time I take a bite of it, all right, let me just say right now, this might actually be my favorite, but we'll continue the test. Because I do love spice. If this one was a little bit spicier, that would be the perfect Shin Ramyun. to me. Definitely way spicier than all of them. This one would probably hit maybe a 2.5 to 3. And these are just, this is my scale, it's subjective, I think to, oh, maybe 3.5, 3.3. Definitely got some spice to it. I feel like if I just maxed this whole thing just straight up, it might even raise up to a 4, 4.5. But yeah, overall, these two are putting this to shame. This is my least favorite because it's so plain Jane. This one is spicier. The red is spicier than the original, so obviously I'm gonna pick that. And this one is more deep. Not as spicy, but it makes up for it with that flavor, man. The flavor is so good. In fact, I haven't taken any just sips of broth yet. I'm going in on this one. I like this a lot. Dare I say mighty fine. Yeah, that's really good. Try this one. Considerably more spicy, but it just kind of has just that reg flavor. This one, you can sense the spice right off the bat, coming in through the nose, the olfactories, the taste buds. Yeah. So, I don't know how much of these I'm gonna eat. I'll eat a little bit more. I'm just gonna eat what I want to eat here. Let's do it that way. Until I don't want to eat anymore. And right now, I want to eat this. I guess before it is too late, I kind of want to try mixing this with this. That sounds crazy. All the noodles pretty much gone in this one. So what I'm gonna do, just get a little broth in there on some of these noodles. So a combo of red and black. Yeah. Messing around with different ratios of that might lead to a breakthrough. Personally, I preferred this plain, or without this. Just the regular version of the black version. That's my favorite. This one bores me. Let's see how much I can sweat eating this. It's rising. Yep. So here we go. The black. I probably shouldn't have mixed it like that. It infected the original broth, which I would have drank the whole thing. Sorry. The red. And the original. Shoot. That's old news. I am a little bit upset that I haven't had this until now. This one is number one. Do I have any kind of like... I was gonna try to find something to make a little makeshift Olympic podium for these, but anyway, this one is number 1, the black. I highly recommend this. This one's number 2, the red. And this one's just the original. Yeah. I would be hesitant to give this a medal at all. Even though it is kind of like the gold standard, like everyone loves Shin Ramen for some reason, but the other versions are actually superior. Which for me, usually that's not the case. Usually I enjoy the original of something more than the tweaks of it. So like, let's say wings. My favorite type of wings are buffalo wings. I also really enjoy parm gar, barbecue, but then you know, mango habanero. There's all types of good stuff. But usually I prefer the OG buffalo wing. Not the case here, which is I find very interesting. If you can get all 3 of these, you should definitely give them a try and do a similar taste test to me. That's my order. Might be backwards on your screen. It is 1, 2, 3. Black, red, original. I think there are actually some other versions that you can get outside of Korea. I think there's like a shrimp version. It's funny, some of these brands, like they'll have exclusive flavors only outside of Korea. So like you can't get them here where it's made. It's like washers and dryers, like especially dryers. No one for the past 50 years used a dryer. I'm talking clothes dryers here in Korea. We made them, LG, Samsung, but no one used them. These days, it's starting to become more popular. People are actually using dryers now to dry their clothes. And it's the same with like fire noodles. There's some flavors that are exclusive to just, you know, outside of Korea that you can't get here. Cars, let's see. A surprising amount of, everyone drives like similar, okay, I'm going on 2 brands. I'm skating out here. Thanks for watching this one. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace. But on top of the cars, there are a lot of Kia and Hyundai cars over here. But there's also a lot of German, like Mercedes, BMW. Those are super popular. That's pretty much all you see. There are some other variations, but everyone drives like brand new cars, or like no one has a clunker. No one has a car that's older than like 10 years that I've seen. It's crazy. And they're all black or silver or white. You never see, it's so rare to see a car that's like red or yellow or green or blue. To be fair, if I were to get a car, it'd probably be black, but you know,